Hey there YouTube, Sup Up here, bringing you a Napoleon Total War online battle replay, and this is actually being fought on the grassy flatlands map. My opponent is actually a good friend of mine, Shane K902. So yeah, this is actually my first fight on Napoleon Total War using my new computer. I did play it on my old laptop, but there was severe lag, like it was just terrible. But this game is definitely fantastic. I'm really getting into it, and obviously it's much different than the classical sword style games that I play, such as Shogun 2 and Rome Total War. So definitely a different kind of an experience, much different than I'm used to. But I feel that this was a very good fight, and in this fight I actually am using France, and Shane K902 is using Spain. Alright, so yeah, let's put it in play here. And I'll show you guys some close-ups in this fight too. Here are my chasseurs, and these guys are the light infantry. And there are 90 men a unit, and I honestly prefer these guys over skirmishers, because although skirmishers have better range, the chasseurs have the numbers. And I quite frankly like that. Also, with France, they don't have any better range with their skirmishers than they do their light infantry. So I find it's kind of a waste to bring the voltigeurs when you have the chasseurs who have 90 men, and I believe the voltigeurs only have 45 or so. Alright, and let's see what else. I have 4 sets of fusiliers of the line. I'm going to call them fusiliers. You can call them fusiliers. I just like to call them fusiliers. Not really sure why. Just a habit of mine, I guess. These guys are awesome. Definitely have some really cool uniforms here. And I actually put a chevron on each of them, so they have some experience. And yeah, my chasseurs don't have a chevron, but I didn't really feel they needed them, because this is small funds, as I'm sure you can tell. And the reason for this being, my friend's computer is not great. And basically with small funds he even lags. So yeah, sorry about that guys, but I do have a battle after this to show you guys that is a huge fight and huge scale money, and it's just really cool. So I'll definitely put that up in a couple hours after after this fight actually. And let's see, I have one cavalry unit, and this is actually chasseur à cheval. So these guys are mounted riflemen, and yeah, they're really cool. I don't know, there's just something about mounted riflemen that really are cool to me. So let's take a look at my friend's Spanish army here. First up, he has one unit of cav, and these are lanceros. And they're just walking right now, and they are occupying his right wing. So let's take an outward look at the battlefield here. You can see we're just slowly advancing on each other, and we're gonna clash right in the center through these woods here. Alright, what else does he have? He has 1, 2, 3 sets of light infantry. And these guys are basically just like my chasseurs. They are the light infantry. And finally, he has 2 sets of oh, actually, wait. Alright, he has 1 set of fusiliers right here. And they have some pretty cool uniforms too. Not the biggest fan of the Spanish uniforms, but they're pretty cool nonetheless. And then he has this Walloon Guard unit. So these guys are elite. They are elite line infantry, and he has them spread into one thin line. Personally, I prefer 2 lines, and I don't know. I just find that adds up to be a little bit better. Although one straight line is a pretty devastating first volley, but I do kind of like 2 lines. Just, I don't know. I find that it gives me better firepower. And his general. He actually kept his general back almost the whole fight, I think. And this is Francisco Castanos. So just like in Shogun 2, you have a general. Although you can't name the general, They are actually historical generals. So he has the historical general Francisco Castaños. So basically what is going on, I'm just wheeling up my light infantry here. And I definitely want to get this skirmish fight going because I feel that chasseurs have the advantage over some Spanish light infantry. But yeah, I'm not really positive on that. I know they kind of have the same stats, but I don't know. I just think France is just better just because historically they were, so. Yeah, here is Spanish light infantry firing. And there are my guys firing.
Is under attack.
Definitely some really cool effects here, guys. Look at all the smoke and stuff. Really cool effects. Let's take an outward look here. It's there's only a fight in one area here. But something interesting that happened here, he put his lancers into this diamond formation. And he's going to start wheeling up over on my left flank opposite his right. And while that is going on, I am running forward my line infantry, the Fusiliers of the line, and I'm going to start up a fight here pretty soon, because he did move up his Fusiliers here to start shooting at my chasseurs. I'm also moving my general over to my right. Alright, so it's at this point that Shane K902, my friend, decides to move up his lancers really close. So I have my chasseurs à cheval here, and they are ready to accept a charge, but not before they get a little firing in. So yeah, watch this, guys. This is really cool. So they're almost in range now, and here we go, guys. Watch this. This is gonna be devastating. Boom! Look at those guys dropping like flies. And I take that unit down to just about half strength, and their morale got completely cracked almost. And this is going to actually tip the fight in my favor. And both our units here have actually one chevron, so it's an even fight, except he is very drained. Over here, my Fusiliers of the line are exchanging fire with his Fusiliers. And par for par, sorry, I couldn't speak there for a second. I believe my French Fusiliers are going to have the advantage just because the French are historically better, and Spanish morale is much lower than the French morale. Also, I don't think I mentioned this, but I just have actually a general staff unit, and I believe that's him right there. Cool outfit, I gotta say. But yeah, I just have the regular old general staff because, I mean, on these low funds, you really can't afford a good historical general. Even though it keeps your men's morale in check, I feel that it's a much better use of general in order to just get the cheaper one so you can afford more units. So here, these Fusiliers of the line are going to shoot at the enemy light infantry, and these Fusiliers of the line are firing over at these Fusiliers of the Spanish. And my chasseurs are still shooting over into the enemy light infantry and Fusiliers. So it's basically an all-out brawl. I do have 2 units of Fusiliers of the line in reserve. This unit's actually taking some fire because the bullets that are coming from his light infantry are going over my light infantry's head right into my Fusiliers of the line. So that's really the only problem going on right now. And I also have my general over here for support. And basically what happened, I decided to rush into a melee fight with his light infantry. And that is really loud. Hope you guys can hear me over that. I actually forgot to change up the volume settings before I started recording, so hopefully you guys can hear me pretty good. But yeah. And I don't really understand what happened, but I'm actually going to start to lose this fight. I'm not really I never really understood why during this battle that I was losing to a light infantry when I charged with some Fusiliers of the line with their bayonets attached, so that was a bit odd. But now I have spread out my Fusiliers here into thinner ranks, and I am now going par for par with his Fusiliers. And check this out, his general has come over to his left flank, and he's going to try to inspire his men up. And in response, I charge my general staff over farther to my right, just to continue the morale help. I needed as much morale help as I could. You can see that I'm actually starting to lose this bayonet fight. And at this point, he's actually going to charge his general into melee. Francisco Castaños is actually going to get his sword a little bit bloody. But that was not the smartest idea, because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to charge up my general staff behind his lines, and his general is in the perfect position for a hammer and anvil, and that's just what I'm going to do. So check this out, guys. My general decides to get his sword bloody as well, and he's going to charge right in the back of the enemy general. Now, my guy is just a general staff unit, but I also have my Fusiliers here, which is going to help. And Francisco Castanos is in deep trouble right now.
Our men are running, sir.
Also, my general does have a chevron. And I also charge in another unit of Fusiliers of the line just as my other one breaks. So now his general is in some serious trouble. And let's see what else is going on. I'm still going par for par with his Fusiliers, although he has now turned them and is now going to try to take some shots at my general. I don't think he actually gets the chance though. Oh, actually that's the enemy general. Yeah, here's my general. But you can see there is another mix-up in melee style over here with his light infantry. And these light infantry actually, as you guys saw, held back my other unit, so that was a little bit depressing. But this unit of Fusiliers are about to break now. And he has not activated his Walloon Guards yet, which he should have, because it would have been a much more effective use for them. I also have my Chasseurs à Cheval out here, but I actually mismicroed them. I didn't realize that they were about to get shot like this, and look at that. They're just going to get shot up. And I mismicroed them. I thought I could just swing around his line of sight and get around them.
Our
they're
men
gonna
are
rout.
running,
My
sir.
friend never even noticed that he was doing that. He just ended up shooting them because he had fire at will on. So I have successfully beat back his light infantry and his Fusiliers, and I am now going to roll over his right flank. So let's watch my guys line up for a fight. And I'll actually put this in slow motion. So watch this as my guys get into position in slow motion and take their volley. You can see his general right there. That's Francisco Castanos. And my men have to reload here first. Let's watch this. And there we go. There's the shot of this guy with the pistol right there. Kind of neat. I actually didn't know one of the guys in the unit actually had the pistol. That's pretty neat. So basically I am just rolling over his left flank here. I also have my other unit coming up over even farther on his right. So he's now in a bad predicament. You can see that I now have this V shape going in on him, and that's the place where you never want to be, because that is just super dangerous. I have also brought up my Fusiliers of the line over on his left, or over on his right, opposite my left, and I am now trading shots with his Walloon Guards. During the fight, I never actually realized that these were Walloon Guards. I figured they were just Fusiliers because I looked at the other Fusilier unit. So I actually didn't know I was going head-to-head with these Walloon Guards, and that's why my men are losing morale so fast. And I was really surprised about that during the fight because I didn't know they were actually elite units. So yeah, that's why. He's also rolling up this unit of light infantry into position, but because luckily for him, he's not in range of my units because these light infantry have a better range. Oh, still didn't even realize that I was still in slow motion. Alright, so yeah, I'll put it in play now. And he is going to turn his Walloon Guards here just for a moment to get him in better position, I suppose. Although I'm not really sure why he did that. Not really any need. He kind of gave me an opening to fire more shots into him. And I'm going to rush up my Fusiliers of the line over on the Walloon Guard's flank. And this is going to pretty much be devastating to him. So look at this. Boom. Also, I have this unit of Fusiliers of the line firing in on his light infantry. And over at his general too. His general only has 3 men left in the unit. And I think the general, his general actually did die. Well, in any case, they routed. Actually, I think this is his general. Is it? I can't tell. Alright. But anyway, you can see that I now have this complete encircling motion over on his remaining Walloon Guard unit, and this is just going to devastate him. So let's watch this in slow motion. It's a really cool feature. They also have that on Shogun 2, although I don't know, it just looked really cool when you're dealing with muskets in slow-mo. I mean, look at that. That's just beautiful. Alright, let's take a look at my unit here, firing in. It's kind of hard for them to see, but they're just shooting in there. Over here my men have a much better angle of fire. And now the last unit left for my friend here is this light infantry unit. And he is going to go on a bonsai charge, I think, here pretty soon with this last light infantry unit. I think he is going to fire some shots, I think. Or maybe he's just going to go for the charge immediately. Yeah, I think he's just going to go for the charge immediately here. So, yeah. You're going to see my guys just completely shred them. And basically, I didn't want a repeat of what happened earlier with his light infantry able to beat back my Fusiliers. So you guys will see what I'm going to do. I'm going to form up my men into a square to give them a little bit of a melee bonus, because I didn't feel like losing my men like that. And this Fusilier unit I told to get into a square, but they did not. Or maybe they did. Let's see. No, I think I just told them to charge in. Let's see, are they going to get into a square? Actually, they are going to get into a square, like so. Yep, looks like they're going to get into a square here, but it's kind of a sloppy square, I suppose. This unit is still in square, and they are just firing right at point blank over here. You see this unit got, this guy here got dropped. Look at that.
A glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
Anyway, let's put it back in regular play speed. Yeah, these guys did not actually get into a square, but it really didn't even matter because his light infantry just routed right there. And that is actually the end of the fight. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I have another Napoleon Total War battle to bring you guys immediately after this. Let's take a look at the battle results here. I deployed 633 men, and my friend deployed 573 men. I took 338 losses, and my friend took 458 losses. I killed 451 enemies, and my friend killed 332 enemies. Very, very good game, and I have another battle to bring you guys in a little bit. See ya.